blood legs.
What about what now?
Blood bags.
Same thing.
You're the same. You only get 1 point from a blood bag. Yeah.
Anyone else would only get half. Like if Jax was to feed from a bag as opposed to chasing someone down, he'd only get half as well. What's up, chat? We're live on Sunday. Sunday. Vampire Night. Again.
Yeah.
Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone's had a good week. We had an interesting Wednesday night with our Curse of Strahd vampire session where several people were knocked unconscious multiple times. Poor old Scathus went down like 5 times. Emilia was 3, everyone else was 2. So when we do start up Wednesday night, there will be some exhaustions doled out. I've decided multiple unconsciousnesses would result in some pretty bad heads, I would imagine. So we're going to dish out some exhaustion. But we're not here for Curse of Strahd. We're here for some Vampire Masquerade magic. How you doing, Mina? Glad you guys could stop by. Everyone else in the chat, welcome. And we will now hand over to our storyteller and get into tonight's session. Mr. Storyteller.
That's good. So, from one set of vampires to another. Right, so. And I just clicked off the page I wanted to be on. There we go. So, Saturday night began last game. Previously. Looking into the name they got from Jenny, I think it was Zane looking it up. He was looking up one Gerald Stone. He was able to get a Facebook match and 2 places of residence. He also called Pip about his missing hand, which he managed to heal a bit and begin growing at least some extra wrist and knuckle area. Zane then eventually begins packing up his gear, locking up his premises in order to meet the rest of the hounds at a newer, hopefully more safer place. Aaron was back at his own haven with his faithful dingo, and the duo started the night with a hunt in the nearby forestry. They closed in on a deer and were able to feed, store some meat for Munro for later, and then Aaron left Munro with a neighbour and headed for Jax's safe haven. Pip was visiting his old place of work, where, whilst relaxing and contemplating his unlife, he saw a familiar face that surprised him. It turned out to be one of his weird visions, though, and he did chat with his real-life friend afterwards, who asked him if he was still working at the library in the university. He gave her a few small half answers, and then they agreed they would meet for lunch one day. After the friend left, Pip decided to deposit a note and continued his way, though I think he remembered on his way to Jax to pick up the tongue in hand and put him into some sort of refrigerative device. Echo was picked up by her personal assistant Sam, and he drove her to another fan's place so she could feed, as her hunger levels were growing quite high. After the quick bite, she then asked Sam to take her to visit another old friend, whom he had rehoused after some recent events. The woman was called Peggy, and she was an older biker chick with an attitude, but her and Echo seemed to get on quite well. And then Echo too would make her way to Jax's supplied address. Jax did some last-minute investigations on the happenings at his main haven. He spoke to his guards, checked out some video footage, and made a bit of a plan. He texted all the coterie the new place to go. He delivered Jeremy to Elysium and the Elysium building, and he spoke with Sheriff Marco about what he was to do, or what he was going to do. He then staged an accidental gas explosion, accidental in air quotes, of his haven and a few of the surrounding buildings that he owned, making sure that none of his people were actually in the buildings at the time when the big boom went off. He also spoke to Marco about access for his people into the parking garage of the Elysium, which Marco assured him he would get access. The coterie then discussed many opinions and options whilst in the hideaway. They discussed the Camarilla, the Anarch, and the Sabbat. who they did or did not trust. There was also some discussion on loyalties and where they may or may not lie. Jax's team text with Jax's actual team, the guys who were checking out the cars in the parking garage, text some info on the cars back to Jax, while Zane managed to download the parking garage footage. The team then was able to, after a bit of mucking around because of this area being internet free, they were able to watch the footage, and it looked like Billy was in the Elysium garage speaking with a guard, doing something to vehicles, and then later attacking the cars from the shadows before bounding away in a wolf form. This leaves our coterie of hounds with a fair bit to think about. It is still Saturday night here in Melbourne, nearing the witching hour, midnight. As a light rain still falls in the pale moonlight, we find ourselves at Jax's secret hideaway, somewhere in the west of the city among the old derelict-looking factories. And I assume this is here where our coterie is still in deep discussion after watching the video footage. Over to you guys.
So, interesting
By this
video.
stage, Zane would have set up his arsenal of computers and sat down and started to relax by playing games.
And you're muted, Evil.
Shit balls. I was too. Alright guys. Footage.
What the hell did we just see? That's
It looked like Billy. Well, the first part looked like Billy. Hard to tell through the rest of it whether that was still him. But if it is Billy, Billy can turn into a fucking wolf, which is a concern. I mean, I know some of us have that ability, but wasn't aware he was one of them. But if I remember rightly, I'm sure the Prince and Marco said that they were attacked by multiple assailants, not just one. There's only one on that video. I mean, whether the others just don't show up, possible. What do you guys think?
Is it possible to phone the sheriff and confirm that it was multiple?
Could do.
Ordinance?
I'm pretty certain that's what he said. What they said when we first met at my other haven.
Didn't your guys check out the cars after
Yeah. They haven't got back to me yet.
Notice a lot of like round damage and
I haven't received the information yet. They're there now, dealing with that.
They did flick you a text, which was in Skype at the last game. Yep, in the Skype message. You read it out at the end before the camera footage was shown.
That's
but,
what it is, yeah.
But there wasn't information on that. You'd have to probably let them know what you're specifically looking for.
I would probably shoot a text back just asking that what sort of firearms damage done to the vehicle. Does it look like from multiple shooters, single shooter, angles, all that usual stuff. They'd understand what I was talking about.
Okay, sweet.
All right, so I guess our next decision is Billy, Gerald, Mary Wade. Who do we go after first?
Mary's fine. Don't worry about Mary.
I mean, she's fine, but
She,
have you seen something else?
yeah, the other.
Yeah, you were kind of hazy on information.
I think she got out. Looked like she got out. She seems very powerful.
Do you think you could try and, do what you do? You can find out where she is, maybe? Can you turn it on or off? I mean, I don't know how this works.
I mean, it's a little bit like one of those bad CRTVs where sometimes you got to hit it really hard and it's kind of fuzzy.
I can hit you really hard if that's what it takes. I mean, I really don't want to. I don't want to hurt you, but I mean, if that's what it takes, I mean, I'm happy to do it.
I'll try the other way first, but I'll let you know. And so Pip's learnt a bit, and he's going to sit down. And he's going to try and think really hard about Mary Wade and where he saw her last and where she might be now.
Okay. Are you trying to activate your premonition again?
Yeah.
So that will be one rouse check for this, and make the rouse check first before we roll anything else.
Yep, so success on the rouse check.
Nice. You need to give me a resolve in Auspex.
So, that's 4 successes.
Nice. 4 successes is good. You thinking about the vision, it's a little, like you say, a little fuzzy at first, and as you focus on the original vision you had, you're able to push back almost like a repetition of that vision. You remember seeing Mary in a space similar to the first time you watched 2 men in suits questioning her. You remember something about the vision repeats it, and she is straining on the chains. It almost looks as though she could break them. There was no people questioning her at that stage in the room, but then someone walked in and the face was obscured because he was holding up a mirror and you could see Mary's face in the mirror. Then he put the mirror down on a table that wasn't too far away. And when I say a table, the room's very white, very like a hospital space, almost like everything's white, everything's clean. And he places this sort of wooden handled mirror down on the table and then walks out of the room. You can't hear anything in the vision it's all just distorted noise, but he leaves the mirror on the table, and Mary, after he leaves the room, is able to knock this mirror to the floor, and it breaks the mirror and she cuts herself on it, her foot. And then the same as the previous vision, she turns almost spectral and the binds release from her and she moves forward into your vision right through your face, and then the vision ends. And so you basically get that repeated same vision as you focus. It's pretty much exact to the way you saw the vision first time, but this time get a little extra. It's almost like a camera behind Mary's head now as she moves around the room. You can see there's a single door where the man comes in and out. The lighting is it's panels, the roof's all panelled and the lightings are above the panels, so she can't break lights or anything like that. Her spectral form pushes towards the door. There's almost like a lightning strike. You don't hear it, but you can see the blue flash and like a grid lights up around the room, and then she sort of flickers from like the spectral form back into her normal kindred form, and she drops to her knees. It's done her some pain and she's almost like smoke or steam rising off her. She takes what would be a deep breath for someone who breathed, but maybe more of a sigh sort of a look that you see. And a two-way mirror, it was a light white wall before, sort of shows through and you can see a person on the other side of maybe like a window, but it was originally white wall, and it's men, more of them, 5 or 6 of them in suits, shaking their head. You can see they're saying something and their faces are very blurred through this two-way style mirror. Then it fades out, the vision again. The only thing that you can remember or maybe place as a space is that the rooms are all white, and it seems like it's definitely a built place. And if you were going to say government facility, this is what you'd imagine it would look like. Everything white, everything clean, everything clear. Hard to focus on any one specific thing because the white is so bright. Mary is still captured, unfortunately. At this point, it looks like she hasn't gotten away. And your vision fades.
I was wrong. She's still... It's very white. It's very... She didn't get out.
Get a sense of how close she is? Is that how it works?
I would say, with that roll, Pip, you get a feeling that she is close. You feel closer to her now than you did in your previous vision.
And I'll just tell them that closer than we were. It's all white and clean, and
That
she
puts
tried
her.
so hard.
Would you say that would put her within the city? That close to you?
I think so.
That at least gives us something. At least she's not out of the city. That sort of helps, but not really.
The city's a pretty big area.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking government buildings within the city. I mean, a few of those too, I'd imagine.
Not necessarily. It doesn't actually have to be a government building above it. Or below.
When I say government facility, I don't mean government building per se. I mean, this used to be a government long time ago. I was able to buy it under a shell company. Probably a few of these around the city. I mean, it's possible she's held underground, maybe.
Wasn't there sunlight?
Was there There was sunlight, wasn't there? Previous vision.
In the previous vision that they were, one of the previous visions, they were opening portals and allowing light to come through. You were assuming it was sunlight. It looked like sunlight, but you guys as Kindred would know that during the day you're forced to sleep. The sleep's forced upon you. You can't fight it. It's very hard to fight. So it may have been a falsified sunlight, but either way,
she was awake, wasn't she?
She was awake, yes.
So I mean, yeah. Humans have more technologies now than they have done we now have UV.
And it was nighttime for us, so it was probably nighttime for her too.
Possibly.
She's very powerful, and I don't know that we can match.
It still narrows search somewhat city as opposed to anywhere in the country. So, in that case then, what's next? I mean, you two have got some shit to deal with, wanting to Echo and Aaron. I mean, there are private rooms. I could sort that shit. I'd rather get sorted sooner than later, or in the middle of something else.
Do vampires still do that? Are we talking about the same thing?
Probably, well, maybe, I don't know. Probably not.
Okay.
Would Gerald Stone lead us to Mary Wade, possibly, if the SI have her, and he's the leader of...
Yeah, well, if he's working for him.
Maybe that's a way we can find out where this facility is if we tail him.
Yeah. Zane, still playing games over there. Time to do some work.
But these are awesome games. Come on.
Do you really want me to pick it up and throw it against the wall?
I don't see how Pac-Man is an awesome game, but okay.
No, it's a beta. It's a closed beta.
Of
what?
Pac-Man.
Minecraft?
Of a new game.
Pac-Man is not new, Zane.
Do you get visions too, Zane, at all? You're Malky, aren't you?
I was wondering.
Yeah, I never got those. No. But if I...
What can you do, Zane, besides tinker with
You
stuff?
can hack.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, I get that. That's awesome. I use that shit all the time, so...
Look, I'm relaxing. Leave me alone.
No, we need to find Gerald. I mean, you got Gerald Stone's address, his family's address, yes? And his supposed workplace address that was possibly bogus.
Give me a sec.
Get all relevant information that we need.
Opens up the second, goes to the second monitor, types all the relevant information, and then sends it to all the burner phones that they have.
So, who's doing what down there? Zane, chill, man. No need to be that way about it. I mean, it looks like a cool game. Kinda. Not
Still
really.
Pac-Man, no matter how they
It's
reskin
about vampires.
About
It's
what now?
Pac-Man, dude.
Vampires.
Really?
Isn't
Zane,
it kind of like playing The Sims? Like you are a vampire. Wouldn't it be boring? Like
Yeah.
you're like. I mean, you're on work hours right now, so I don't want to be mean, but
Really? Work hours?
you know, we could use your help.
Uh,
Or I mean, you don't want to lose another limb, right?
Yeah. I mean, you really don't want to upset the prince
princess,
a second
yeah.
time.
yeah, all right.
You might lose more than a limb this time.
Zane, you just said something about sending them all on the burner phones relevant information. What are you sending everyone, or what are you giving to everyone?
The address, the 2 addresses that we have for that dude that I was meant to
Gerald.
hook up.
Okay,
That's
cool.
him.
Yep. Okay, sweet. Just curious at what you were sending.
Trashy, bad names.
And I'm Malkavian, get over it. Anyway, so yeah, also information about the security firm that he has dealings with as well.
Okay.
So pretty much all pertinent information concerning him.
Good as gold. I shall put that in the message chat.
By any chance, have you done some research into that company?
Getting there.
Zane, you made it when you were typing up what you were doing in the previous half of the night. You did look up that company, and you remember you would have, if you recall, you saw that the numbers you crunched weren't quite correct. You don't think it was a real company.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the repo company.
Yes.
But the security company that was tied to the repo company was real.
The security company. That yes.
Right. So, who wants to go check out Mr. Gerald Stone?
You guys go ahead. I've got other stuff I need to do.
Like what?
Other stuff?
Elaborate.
Hacking stuff.
Like what?
So with that, I get back on the computer and I bring up that matrix splash screen. Reading.
Ooh, reading.
Right. Whatever. Yeah. Jackson just sort of turns and leaves him to it.
Can I get everyone other than Zane to make a intelligence awareness check for me, please?
Three successes.
Nice. Anyone else?
2.
2 from Echo, 4 from Pip.
2 from me.
Excuse me.
Pip and Jax. Sorry, Eco and Aaron, the 2s don't have it. Pip and Jax, you both notice that Zane says he's playing games, and it looks like he's playing games. But every once in a while he picks up his phone, makes a text, puts it down, plays a bit more, picks up his phone, makes a text, puts it down, plays a bit more, picks up a phone, makes a text. He's doing a little more than just playing games. He's talking to someone via his cell phone. Echo and Aaron, you're previously occupied and haven't noticed him doing this.
Zane.
Yep, what?
Who are you chatting to, Zane?
Oh, it's those spams. You know how it is.
A spam?
Jackson's just going to walk over and pick up the phone.
Do you let him pick up the phone, Zane?
Before he picks up the phone, I slide it off where it is into something hard, destroying it.
Oh, okay. And with kindred strength, I would say you could do that. However, it all depends how quick you are to how quick Jackson is. So, both of you give me a contested, I would say dexterity athletics, please.
Sorry, Zane.
Oh, crap.
This is my specialty. 5 successes.
Nice.
Actually, make that 6. One was a crit.
I got a crit on one of them. What's that mean?
I had 2 stars.
And what about the hunger dice? Nothing on hunger dice?
Yes, on
Well,
hunger.
that's where the crit was. Because I get to roll 2 die.
Well, unfortunately, that's not enough. But it's fine, just there. Just a success is fine. Unfortunately, Zane, you're not quick enough. You're strong enough, and had you got the phone quick enough, you may have destroyed it. But Jackson is just much faster than you, and he just sort of sweeps his hand and grabs a phone. Jackson, you've got his phone.
Who are you talking to, Zane?
Nobody.
I might not be able to get into your phone. You know I have people that can, yeah?
I have a contact. He doesn't know where I am.
Yeah?
Positive. This person doesn't like other people.
Most of us don't like other people.
He's a contact that I get my bags through, okay?
Do I believe him? Because
That would
Jackson's
be
rather suspicious of this behavior.
That would be a... This will be another dice off, really. So for you, it would be charisma insight, Jax. Zane, you'll be rolling. You're trying to persuade him. You'll be rolling composure persuasion, Zane.
Where'd that one go? Composure. Oh wow, that's.
I'm going to use willpower to reroll.
Yes, you may use a willpower to reroll up to 3 dice.
Black die.
Don't forget to mark off the superficial willpower.
That makes it a lot better.
I'm happy with that.
Zane, you can do the same if you need. 4 successes, Zane?
Yeah, 2 crits.
Nice. 2 crits or just 2 crit dice?
2 crit die.
Okay, sweet. 4 successes.
5
Jackson. 5.
I had none until I rerolled my black dice and then got a crit and got 2 crits in a single.
So Jackson, Zane, you've given him a bit of an answer, but you've unfortunately not been able to convince him. Jackson, you don't believe him.
I'm going to keep his phone. I'm going to put it in my pocket. We'll find out.
Mr. Spencer, can I have a look at your phone? At the phone? I might be able to get into it.
Why are we taking people's phones? Maybe he's just doing his job.
Because people don't trust me.
I don't trust anyone right now.
No one's taking my phone. Don't you have
You
Malkavian?
don't use it anyway.
Malkavian powers. Come on, you can fight, right? Like you weird ass mind shit, right? Come on.
Not this Malkavian.
Oh, you want to see them fight? Oh, that'd be interesting.
I want to see Zane
Look,
stick up for himself.
It comes down to, if Zane wants to have some privacy, I've got no issue with that. You don't know everything about me. I don't know everything about you. So how about you give him his phone back?
Are you going to make me?
No, but at the same time, I've got the feeling that he could actually wipe that phone without even touching it. So instead of fucking around, give him his phone back. If he's got a contact, you've got contacts. We don't sit there and go to you, who's that? Give us your contact information. You're allowed to have your own secrets. Everyone has secrets. That's our life.
Ooh,
And
look who's
Zane
finally
is
barking.
already caused us issues with said secrets over Sarah. I'm not taking that risk again.
He doesn't know where we are anyway.
You guys drove here, didn't you?
Yep. He doesn't know where we are. We're underground. How deep are we? At the same time, if someone did come here, they would probably get killed by your blokes upstairs.
True.
Just give him his phone back. It could be actually legitimate business. Because the guy does own a business. Fucking prick.
Echo goes to the jukebox and plays some 70s music. She doesn't give a shit.
Pip uses Cloak of Shadows. He's gone.
Cloak of Shadows from Pip. He's staying very still.
Jackson will give Zane's phone back, but he'll lean into him, just say to him quietly, just be careful.
I won't screw up this time.
Jackson, on the jukebox, what will Echo find there in the 70s selection?
Be a range of anything from Judas Priest, Ozzy Osbourne, like real classic 70s hard rock and heavy metal.
Echo, your choice. What do you choose?
Full range, all from that era.
I hit shuffle. Jukebox has that shuffle button.
It does.
Okay. And the first thing that pops in on the jukebox is a Judas Priest number called Living After Midnight. Quite suited to the time of night we're in. Aaron, during this point in time, your phone is also vibrating in your pocket.
Pull it out and read what it is.
It's a message from your sire. Just asking you if you're keen for a ride sometime soon. They're thinking of doing another night run.
I just send back to her always. Just send us a time and place.
She texts back reasonably quickly and says, "Excellent. She'll gather numbers and send you the details soon." That's all.
I look at Echo and I go, "You feel like going for a night ride one time?"
Remember what happened last time you asked me for a ride?
When? Which time?
Yeah, maybe we should have our talk.
Okay.
In a room where blood splatter can be easily cleaned.
All good.
Let's go.
It's all tiles around here. It's easily cleaned off. You're good. And Jackson's just sit down on there's a big circle. Sort of leave a lounge thing, sofa thing in the center of the room. Just put it up on the coffee table, relaxing for now, contemplating his. Where did fucking Pip go? On that thing again.
Marco!
Polo.
So you can hear him.
You're good at that, Pip. Keep it up.
Just stop fighting, okay?
We're good. Don't panic.
That wasn't fighting, Pip. That was a discussion. A heated one. It's still a discussion.
You'll know if we fight.
Echo and Aaron, are you stepping away for a chat? Jackson, is there separate rooms on this room?
I've sort of directed them down the hall, these private rooms, private chambers are full. So stay here if they wanted to, basically.
Sweet. And I know you said in the previous game that this area is quite a lot of the space here is void of technology use because of the access to the interweb and that. And you were able to switch it on last time. Are you switching it off again or leaving it on?
The access to this room will be on. The access to the rest of the haven, there'll be no access.
Okay. So just bear in mind, if you walk out of this central chamber, you will have no more texting or emailing or what have you.
Typical Telstra coverage.
Pretty much. Well, technically, you're 7 stories below ground, so service is not likely to be a thing.
All right, so we find a room, and I go, "If you read any of my books, Aaron?"
You know, books and me. Unless it's a manual, I haven't read it.
Right, let me fill you in on one. It's called The Last Ride. Here's like a brief synopsis. It's about an award-winning journalist who was supposed to expose a wanted criminal over in another country far away once upon a time. And then suspiciously in her family, everyone's dying of unfortunate circumstances. Not like traumatic, when you walk in the room, you have PTSD for life, that kind of thing. Her fiance's missing. So she decides to take this tourist, if you will, become a backpacker, go expose this gang undercover where this leader is, except she stupidly falls in love with one of the members. Does this sound familiar as a book you might have possibly perused through, Aaron? Except at the end of the book, she has to be torn between betraying him or what. She didn't know that a kindred was actually killing everything off to test her mettle, and finds her and embraces her, so she leaves to protect him. And at the end of the book, he lives a long, happy life with a fat dad bod and a fat wife and lovely kids, and dies peacefully in his sleep. He doesn't say, hey, oh, I'm a vampire now, can you watch my dog? No, he does not.
Well, it means I don't have to read the book now.
You're a dick.
What? Did
you even look for me? Did you even try? Are you just like,
yeah.
hey?
Well, yeah, I tried looking for you for about 4 years until I was actually told not to do it anymore.
By who?
I don't know his name.
So some stranger goes up, hey, maybe don't look for her anymore. Maybe she moved on. And you're like, okay.
He was very persuasive, and he had the fangs to prove it.
Is that who sired you?
No. That's someone completely different. See, when I got sired, this guy that's from here to like over here, somewhere, here, never really healed. That I had a choice: die or die, but live. So I chose the die but live.
You seem to know a lot of vampires and didn't look for the one that would have mattered to me.
Hey, what? Which one?
Peggy's still around. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I keep waiting to see you in a nursing home with her.
No, I paid her a visit once, and she freaked out because I was still young. And then she started saying some weird shit, but that actually makes more sense now.
Like what? That I was around?
Yeah,
huh?
that you were around. But I thought, old, senile.
Well, I'm glad you care so much, Aaron.
Well, I did my due diligence, kind of. Sort of. But what? I didn't see you show up. You go out for the shopping and you never came back.
To protect your ass. To protect your living old ass. Not your undead young ass. I'm saying ass too much. Anyway, we have a job to do. We have a job to do, and you and me will just do our job and we'll be done, and you can ride off.
You sure you don't want to go for a ride?
What kind of bike you got?
Depends which one. I still got the bike that we originally met. The old Harley. Still got that. And I've got newer models since.
Maybe.
I think I've still
I
got
get to drive.
I think I still got your leathers too. It doesn't look like you've put on any weight.
I don't want some 70s bell-bottom leathers.
You liked the bitch on the back jacket.
No, you like the bitch on the back. No, I'm just the bitch. All right? So just let it go.
You can take the back off.
All
just
right.
Leave the bitch.
We're going to go back to
back.
everyone.
Ooh,
and
the bitch is back. There you go.
I'm going to take out my dagger and be like, I will end you.
Yeah, probably could.
Oh yeah, I could.
while those two are off doing their domestic,
So you three,
We were gonna walk back eventually.
you three would have heard some heated voices
no,
come
we
down the
wouldn't.
corridor.
No, we wouldn't.
I know those.
All
Are they
soundproofed. Yeah.
all soundproofed?
Well, we
wouldn't have
kind of
heard
left the
anything.
door open.
I was just gonna say if they shut.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, they're gone for a 10 or 15. Meanwhile, what are you guys up to?
Jackson will walk up to Zane again, sort of trying to not let Pip hear what he's saying, and just lean into him and say, "Look, I don't need to know everything.
Leave my phone alone."
No, I'm not touching your fucking phone. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. Just relax." And it's not like he's not in a tone. He's not trying to scare you. He's just leaning in. He's actually speaking quite softly to you. And just says, I don't need to know all of your contacts, but be aware, if the prince thinks that you've fucked us over again, you're not going to be around for much longer. I didn't do it as I suspect you. I know where your loyalties lie. I did it because I'm trying to protect you from losing another hand, an arm, maybe your entire fucking head.
This one won't cost me anything.
Sure.
Maybe a job or two. I have to do, maybe. But we'll see.
How good are you at doing physical jobs, Zane? You don't strike me as the type to go out and do stuff very often, man. Spend a lot of time behind closed doors, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's scary out there. Didn't you know that?
This contact, that's someone we can use to help us?
I don't know. I'll find out.
If they are, I'll help you out. I'll do the heavy lifting. Got plenty of guys that can do favors if that's what it takes.
This one does big favors.
Again, if it works out for the better, then I'm down, man. Figure it out. How's your game going, by the way?
Annoying. I can't get into a match.
Wow. It's an awesome game. Right.
Okay, we're gonna come back during that bit and go, you did say it was a beta.
I think he said it was an alpha, but I mean, I'm not really a gamer, so I'm not sure what that means.
Pip, you're still invisible in this time?
Yeah, so as everyone comes back, Pip's going to drop the cloak and he's going to sort of flop down against the desk that Zane's at. He's like, are we always in trouble?
Hey, Pip.
I mean, you're always in trouble.
Well, I mean, he's not always in trouble.
Most of the time I'm in trouble.
Mostly, but not always. I mean, I'm gonna have to apologize to you, Pip, and you too, Zane. I mean, I don't mean to come across that way all the time.
You're just a grumpy ass. I get that.
I can't help it, dude. I mean, I get upset quickly. Okay. I'm concerned.
Yeah,
We've had one Haven compromise through. Obviously, you know how
my
that happened.
stupidity. Yes, I know.
My Haven was compromised by
That was
something
not me.
I don't know what. That concerns me. That kind of freaks me out. I mean, I'll admit it. Something got in there and killed Jenny under our noses and left no trace. And I mean no trace whatsoever, apart from a smouldering body in a cell that can't be opened from inside. And technically no one else can open that. That's a bit of a worry. Why I did what I did. Little extreme, maybe. But at least I'm pretty certain no one knows how to get down here. But be sure on that any of you have places, out of the way places that are not on the grid that we could possibly go to.
Have we walked back in yet?
I would say so, yeah. You're probably coming in at that speech kind of thing, right at that end there.
Yeah, you would have heard Jackson's apology, you guys. Definitely, as Aaron said before, you guys were walking in around that time.
I will say I've texted my ghoul Sam with some untraceable to any of us locations to check out for a haven. So if anyone went digging, they wouldn't trace it back to us.
Most, yeah, because I mean, even if someone even as skilled as Zane goes digging, possibly buy this place back to one of my. I've got multiple companies. Someone dug enough, they would find it.
And then I'll try and take Sam if there's any updates on the status of looking for a place.
Okay.
I think we need to get off the grid completely. Sorry, Zane. That means you're going to have virtually no access to nothing for a while.
As long as I've got my van, I'll be fine.
As long as it can't be traced, anything can be traced back to us. Can anyone trace your van, or are you pretty certain you can lock that shit down?
I can lock it down. Actually, no one knows I've got that van anyway.
Even better.
What is the van?
Didn't you see the van? That piece of shit that's up in the car park.
Yeah, I saw it, but I'm saying, like,
imagine this desk, the shit that he's got on this desk. Times that by about 20 or so, and that's in the back of that fucking piece of shit up there.
It's like a trash van.
it kind of sounds like it just says Zane.
I mean, put it this way: if Zane was human, he wouldn't be able to have kids. Junk would be fried, or like microwaves and that.
I don't think he would have any junk anyway, because
Fried junk?
He could probably scramble anything that's leading to the van.
Wow.
Really?
So wait a minute. Does the van have like a network access point on it, Zane?
It can do sometimes.
Does it use, I don't know, the telephone network?
No, not technically.
What does it technically use?
Its own.
So it's its own tower.
Within reason, yes.
Okay.
How about I wait for a text about the Haven, and then either are we splitting up and doing two things at once, or are we all going together and looking at one of these?
I think we all need to go together. Because
Get a text as you speak to me.
I think if we stick together, I think we can get things done so much quicker.
It comes down everyone has
none
their
of us
own.
None of us trust each other right now, so best we work together and figure this shit out.
Echo, your text sent by Sam says it gives you a couple of addresses in Melbourne of old warehouses and a couple of other empty buildings that are up for sale that could be of use to the coterie. There's a couple of abandoned warehouses not far from actually where you are now in the Footscray East Melbourne area, and a couple of other areas in the northern area of Melbourne.
So I'm going to read those out loud to the group. And if you guys know where they are, you can decide what best suits your needs, Zane. And
The only thing I'm gonna, it's like those addresses. What?
Are they in the city still though?
Yeah,
I'd rather
I think
have something on the outskirts if we can.
they're in the city, but I'm more worried about who controls that area.
Well, that too. That's always a concern.
sometimes hiding in plain sight's pretty good.
So the parts of West
Touché.
Melbourne where the empty factories are is Camarilla controlled. You guys would know this. The top of the Kensington, right on the edge of Melbourne City, close to the city of Moonee Valley, is where a few of the other addresses are. And that's also Camarilla owned.
So they're all within Camarilla territories?
The ones he's sent to Echo, yes.
Oh, they won't bother us.
I'm more wondering, should we go to a
Maybe we
I
go
don't know.
outside of Camarilla territory.
like go to an anarch or an independent area?
I want to kind of avoid Bart-controlled areas right now. Probably a little dangerous. Anarchs are probably less dangerous, but probably about as equal dangerous.
You guys know there's like a partial truce with the Anarchs and the Camarilla. I say partial. Everyone's still got their domains, and the Anarchs agree to keep the prince updated on new people coming in and still check in here and there, but
Thing.
yeah.
What's the closest Anarch-controlled area, and who's the Baron area? You can find that out, can't you?
Yeah, sure.
Closest to where, Jackson?
To where we are now.
So the closest Anarch-controlled area is Flemington, Zane.
So, with that information, I want to find out if there's any neutral areas.
In Melbourne, and you guys would probably all know this anyway, in Melbourne there are no neutral parts anymore because the Sabat moves straight into them. They originally were Carlton and Carlton North, and the Sabat have those, and that is it.
Put it to a vote. We look at a Anarch-controlled area, or do we stay within Camarill's borders?
We have less time to do security if we're in our own neighborhood. More time to do what we need to do instead of
True.
worrying about our haven getting ransacked by opposition.
While this is happening, I'm looking through all the jobs that my security company has had for high-priced companies. Because what I'll do there is I'll use their funds to purchase whatever property needed.
Okay. And you would know what companies you can take your pick from any of those companies you're searching through.
Jacob has a point. If we were to go outside of the Camarilla-controlled area, we'd have to take time to set up security. Bodies would have to know where we were. Problem moment. I'd rather keep that to them. Not even half my crew know where the hell this place is. So, pick one.
I point to one on the text and send it to Sam.
You just pick one at random?
Yeah.
Best way to pick it.
Yeah, can you get Sam to send us some photos of that one plus the surrounding area?
Yeah.
Sam, send photos of surrounding area and site.
Okay.
Please.
Jax will text two of his guys, only two, Big Joe and Eric, and get them to meet them at an address soon to be provided.
Ooh, we're getting a new home. Did you hear that, Zane? We're getting a new home.
Joe takes you back. Will do.
I liked my old home though.
We'll get back to that eventually, hopefully, maybe.
Do you think we
Not
can have
sure.
a housewarming?
Possibly not.
Yeah, the only people that come are us.
Yeah.
All right, so our job tonight is Gerald or Guru or
I think Gerald is our best bet right now.
If we go get Gerald, are we going to bring him back here? Because our new place isn't
we can
ready.
do. I mean, I have secure cells here as well, if we need to use them.
How far is the parking lot from where we are?
7 stories up.
Where's our vehicles?
7 stories up.
No, they're down. They're down at the bottom. You would have come through a series of corridors and tunnels to get to where we are now, and the cars are all underground as well.
are we
There's
all
a
getting in the
The
van?
big, like, warehouse.
So
Sort of
about
access.
how far is my van from me?
100 meters, 150 meters, maybe.
Okay, I'll be back. There's something in the van I need.
Hang on. And Jax will send a text to the guard at the other end to come back through and lead Bane through the booby traps and
Riker
such.
comes through. Pretty instantly after you text, he comes through the door pretty quick and nods to you. Sort of make motions to Zane to follow him.
Make sure he doesn't get himself hurt.
Will do. He looks at Zane and he's like, don't get hurt. You follow me.
What's your boss like?
Are you saying this as you're walking away?
Yeah.
Jackson, would Riker be ghoul or kindred?
Kindred.
Okay. And Riker's like, he's my boss, pays the bills. Enough said, right?
Yeah. Riker's
But
Bruhar as well. So.
What is he like?
What is he like? He's a good boss. He pays well. Gives me jobs.
Hello, anybody in there?
Yeah.
So what's he like?
You mean on a personal level?
Yes.
He loves his cars. He likes muscle cars. He likes the security business. He likes everything in order in its place.
Okay.
You seem frazzled.
I'm always like this. What about you?
I can see why he gets annoyed with you. Here's your van.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Thank you. He waits as you're at your van.
So I go into the van and start rummaging through the orderly fashioned setup I have in there. Kind of, maybe.
Rubbish.
Bollocks.
And I get out a few detectors, like metal detectors, RF detectors, things that'll come in handy.
Okay, cool. Duly noted.
And head back.
Riker.
And while
Exactly,
this is all
organised chaos.
yeah,
Sorry, Aaron,
organised
go ahead.
chaos. While this is all going on, I'm gonna actually give Echo. It's a little box that inside of it actually has a necklace that was hers when we were together.
Oh, he's getting mushy.
Aww.
What's this? You have this on you all the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Maybe you should have started the conversation with that.
It's not as much fun.
Are we gonna have a wedding? No house party with a
No.
wedding?
I take it you guys have sorted your shit out then.
No.
Order, maybe.
Are we taking separate cars or are we driving together?
I say we all go in
Uh,
one vehicle.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
do you have something big enough to take all of us plus an extra maybe 4 people?
There's a van.
I got a couple of vans. Serve the purpose.
Good.
I'm
Because
just imagining you guys all squeezing into a beat-up Datsun now.
Jackson had a couple of GMC vans available on the script, either plain black or just like primer grey.
the 180B only was a 4-seater, but only 2 people could actually get into it. So
I used to own one of those. I know exactly what that's like.
they're freaking awesome cars. I love them.
If we're squeezing in a van, Pip, you don't have any extra body parts on your person because I'm not.
Yeah, where are
Sitting
those
next to
body
the smell.
parts?
I mean, I just have the tongue I gave Zane his hand back.
Yeah, do you want to leave it in the fridge? Like, I got a fridge over
Yeah.
there.
Why are we keeping the tongue?
Yeah,
I mean,
why?
Are you
Cook on
going to
it.
eat it? If you're going to eat it, eat it. If you're not going to eat it, throw it in the fucking rubbish.
Puts it in the fridge.
Oh,
Right, I mean, at least it won't stink up the place. So, we want to check out this air quotes business first, or we want to go straight to his private address and stake that out?
I say we go to the private address and take the family plus whoever else is there.
I tend to agree.
Zane, you're aware, and you guys would have received the update from Zane. There were 2 addresses he had. One address listed as a single building, just his name on the receipt or on the ownership papers. The other was a multi-story building. It was a family residence, and his wife and a child named on the receipt.
What if we peek into the one that's in just his name and see what files and stuff he's got in there, because he'll be asleep with his family right about now.
I'm assuming that he wouldn't be at that hour. But yeah, probably a good idea. But
Have I come back yet?
I agree with Aaron, unfortunately.
Saying you're still not quite, I don't think. You went right out to the car.
When the time comes, I think we grab everybody, not just him. We've got to press him hard. He's military. He's not going to fear for his own life, for his own safety. If he's a half-decent human being, here for the life of his family. I'm not saying we hurt them, but...
All right, well, let's check out this place first.
What?
It might lead to where we need to go.
And now you walk in, Zane.
It comes down to, it's up to him what happens.
I mean, I got no problems killing women, but I won't kill a child. That's not me.
So I'll walk up to the table and start putting some electronic items on the table.
Okay, Zane, what you got? I want to know exactly what you got.
RF detector, metal detectors.
Why do you need RF detectors down here?
Well, weren't we thinking about bringing someone here?
Yeah, this is Gilda in here. Turn it on.
Doesn't matter.
Turn it on.
It comes down to
Yeah,
when we're going to grab him, I think we need that shielding with us.
Yeah. Well, we can use the RF detector on him for sure. Make sure he's not wired.
That's why I
But-
got it.
Here, you're pretty good.
Do you have a multi-band scrambler so that if he's got a phone, GPS tracker, anything on his person?
All right, give me a sec. I'll go back to my van.
Actually, I got one better. No, hang on. We'll do that on the way out. Saves you going back and forth because we're going to take this shit with us. You can clone a cell phone, yeah?
Yeah, who can't?
Good. So we clone his cell phone and we smash the original. Take the clone. That way we don't have to worry about GPS or anything.
Can you tap into his cell phone so whenever he gets a text, we get it too?
That's another idea.
Can't you hack into that?
How? What are we doing now?
Getting a hold of his cell phone and
Yeah.
watching what he's
Actually-
sending.
Iko, you're on the money there. How about we don't grab this guy tonight? Grab cell phone. You clone it. Make sure that whenever he gets a message or makes a phone call, we get the information.
Oh, so we're going to his place. Hang on, let me check something.
Grab some key loggers too,
Yeah.
if you've got any. Let's
Let's-
log
let's
everything.
Tap his landline. Let's get his cell phone. Let's get his computers. Let's find out everything that we get.
So I get
Before
to
we
take my
snatch
van.
this guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, I still feel like we should do the one building first, but
I say we go to the one building and
Yeah.
we
We get what we get from there, but we do the rest. We got enough time to do both, I reckon. We got what?
no.
he'll have
Five-
computers
five or-
there. We
5
can
or 6
key log.
hours for sun up. We should be able to do both.
I'm thinking we actually go do his place, as in set up the key loggers, clone his stuff, and then sit on it for a little bit. See what happens.
I can get guys to sit on the building.
I'll meet you at the van. I'm gonna change girl thing. I'm gonna change into my black leather pants, my black tank top, my black jacket,
Echo,
my
right,
night gear.
right before you leave, your phone text message goes off again. It's Sam, and he sent you the random address you picked out was very north of Kensington, which is Camarilla owned, right on the edge of Kensington, Flemington, and Mooney Valley. It's looks to be like a abandoned warehouse looking building. It's pretty derelict looking. It's good shape, but any windows are broken and boarded over. The land itself is fairly open. It's got a bit of grassland and it's well fenced, high fences. He's got pictures of like barbed wire around the tops of the fences. It looks like the fence could be electrified, as there
Chain
is boxes and things on the fences that wire back to the building.
The
I
chain
turn
chain
my
link
phone.
fencing.
It is chain link fencing.
Turn my phone and I just show him with the phone in my hand the pictures, and then I go change.
Pretty open,
think that-
but it'll do.
So
I
with
think
all
that's
this,
probably a perfect place. I like the fact that it's really open.
I mean, it means we can see what's coming, but also means that they can see going if they watch us, if they do find us. But chances of them
If-
finding us.
At the same time, it's not that hard to dig our way out.
for who? You? What about me? I hate digging.
Zane, I'm going to show you how to use a shovel.
Not that
do you have-
difficult. It's not that difficult.
Really?
mate.
You have to.
Even Pip could do it. Couldn't you, Pip?
Use the shovel, yeah. I don't know what the other stuff you were talking about is. We're cloning phones and sitting on them?
Yeah, not literally.
Not
Oh,
Yeah. All good though. We're gonna find a real good use for you someday. For you.
I don't know. He's been pretty.
Well, the
useful.
visions. I mean, fuck me, they're amazing.
Although they're confusing us all fuck because we have no idea what a whole white room is. But
At least we know she's possibly with the city. That's a start. Maybe the
and
prince.
she's not dead.
Yeah, maybe the
Good.
prince can reach out again with whatever weird mind shit he. I don't know. He does that a lot. It kind of freaks me out when he just sits here and closes his eyes. It's kind of. He did that when we were talking to him, didn't he, Zane? I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Probably come back. Ready to go.
Whoa.
So do we? Do I tell him we're gonna take it?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll type him.
Wasn't Zane gonna buy it through a dummy corp?
I don't think we. I don't think we need to buy it just. I think we just use it for.
How about we get the dummy corp to lease it?
Probably a
That
better
way,
idea.
that way, if the lights are on, people aren't gonna start going, "Why are the lights on a place that's not occupied?"
lights are on, but nobody's home.
You can put an under construction sign outside.
Hard to do.
All right, let's walk and talk to the van.
Yeah. All right, so Jax will catch up with Riker and lead back out, telling Riker along the way that abandon the site. Only come back here when instructed.
Okay, move everything to Site C, sir.
Leave the stuff here. Just don't have any personnel here unless we
Okay, evac personnel done.
guys can all do what you need to do. Just stay on call.
Okay, I'll spread the others through the other sites then.
I got Joe and Eric meeting.
Okie dokie. Joe and Eric were part of the team at the car parking garage, sir. That.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need anyone back over there, or are they done?
I think they should be done. They're waiting for that last little bit of information.
No worries. I'll be onto it. Thank you. On that note, too, Jackson, you would have received a text from Joe. Joe also spoke with the sheriff. He says in his text, only one assailant, only one attacker.
Okay.
The vehicles only have bullet holes from one weapon, and that was the weapon that Marco and that had. They had the crossbow and the one gun, and you guys had seen the gun like it before. It wasn't just a standard automatic rifle, a Steyr. And the crossbow that he showed you was the other weapon.
Middle stakes.
So, correct.
Cool. So I'll pass that information on. So definitely only one assailant. So the video footage matches up. Cars only had rounds from one weapon they recovered, and the crossbow. So looks like
I find it weird that a
It's odd.
sniper is being an up close and personal assault person.
I am, but I'm not. I mean, he's a trained soldier. He doesn't just snipe things from distance. If he's given orders to do something, he'll. And I feel like I still feel he's not working alone. He's under orders from somebody. Somebody's pulling the strings.
I want to know what he said to that guard on the camera.
So do I.
Need to find that guard.
With that, not until we head out, because there'll be no signal get to the surface level. Once we hit the surface level, Jax will send a message back to Marco just asking, do you know what Billy said to Dad before Dad walked away from his post?
You're sending that to Marco.
Marco, yeah.
Okay. The text goes, it's a few minutes and you guys have walked to your vehicle by that stage. You're probably in the vehicle, traveling.
We would have taken a bit of time to get to the roof level, but
To the roof
or
level?
back to the ground level. Sorry.
Okay, so by the time you get the text, you'd be in the vehicle. So whether you do anything else before then, otherwise I'll give you the text information.
Else wants to do something? Oop.
On the way to the van, Pip's gonna jump on Zane, like just playfully. He's like, Zane, you're like me.
What?
You're like me. We're the same, sort of.
Maybe.
No, maybe not.
Okay. Yep. What?
I'm confused. Possibly always confused. What are we doing? and
Welcome.
Why are we doing it?
Doing what?
Any of this? It doesn't make sense. It's weird.
Just go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Okay.
I know it's hard.
Yeah.
But
I don't think any of them know what they're doing.
Yeah,
do we hear any of this?
He doesn't seem to be keeping it secret.
No.
What was your job before librarian? Yeah, Pip?
I trained to be a journalist?
Oh, me too.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
I mean, it seems like we don't think much of the prince, but then we're looking for these guys for the prince, and I think they're going to kill us because they seem really tough, but we're just going to go to the dude's house.
Well, no, we're gonna go to another place first.
yeah.
But, like journalists get information to find out who, what, where, why, and when.
Eventually,
that's
we'll
what
go
we're
to
doing.
his place.
Pretty much it's what we're doing, but we're gathering information right now.
Yeah, at the same time, Pit, anything that threatens the prince could also threaten everyone else.
I guess so.
Our way of life is under threat at the moment. If what we have discovered is true, second involved, that means the final death for everybody,
Yeah.
not just the prince.
I mean, Mary seems like she's really powerful, and they've got her, and she couldn't even get out.
Yeah, but
What do you mean she couldn't get out?
She tried to get out, and she couldn't get out.
How did you try?
She turned into like a ghost. Ooh.
what stopped her from getting out?
She got to the door, and this lightning went, and she went, ah! You know?
And she's still alive.
I mean, yeah, she's like super powerful.
Ghost.
Dane, remind me when we get to more stationary. Well, when you get a better setup, you want to do a search for power drain across the city. Last 6 hours, if there was any noticeable power drains, any reports on social media, Twitter, Facebook, all that rubbish. See if anyone was reporting power surges. How long did it feel like it was happening when you saw it?
I mean, it was the same as the first time, and I think that
was last night. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
So-
the prince should try and contact her.
Probably a good idea to check over the last week or
Last
so.
week, yeah. She's been missing for about a week, hasn't she?
Mm.
2 or 3 days. Can't remember. Someone did say something for a little while.
Now, with these vans, what van are we taking?
We're taking one of Jax's vans, which is be a 9-seater GMC van.
Can I take my van? I want to take my van.
Not right now. We'll come back for it.
Why do you want to take your van?
All you need is a laptop and what you need to clone a cell phone, and your RF detectors and
Keyloggers.
stuff, and your key.
What's an RF anyways? Like Ripper Fantastic or some slang you guys use? What is that?
Radio
Uh,
frequency.
Yeah,
Oh, got it.
yeah. Bugs, microphones, that sort of thing. You know what you found in Jenny's ear hole? Searches for that shit. We'll come back for your van. Your van's safe here.
I
Don't
just got to
panic.
get something out of it anyway.
Or don't. Hurry up.
Carries our little.
Now, Zane, it is only a 9-seater, and we do need all 9
There
seats.
is a little bit of space in the back for some junk, but not too much, okay?
So I carry this. Kind of looks. It's the size of a briefcase, but it's got antennas on either side of
Oh,
it.
Jesus Christ. That better not be a bomb, because I don't want a bomb in the van.
Nope, it's a multi-spectrum RF jammer.
That works.
Does anyone here speak English anymore?
It's a Ripper Fantastic
That would
Jammer.
be no. Hang on. I speak English.
No, Zane, you don't.
No, you really don't.
So you guys are gathering by Jackson's van.
Yeah.
After Zane has grabbed his equipment, is Riker or one of the other guys going to drive you, or are you
I'll
driving
drive.
yourselves?
I'll drive.
Your phone goes off. It's Joe.
Call or text?
It's a text. He says Marco spoke to him about the guard you just spoke to Marco about, and Marco talked to Joe and thought it was a good idea that Joe questioned the guard instead of the sheriff, as the sheriff knows you have some minor doubts. Nonetheless, the text basically says the guard says that Billy spoke to him and basically told him he deserved the day off, and he thought, hell, why not? And he went and took the day off.
I'll relay that information to the group. So it appears our Billy has the ability out the mind of other kindred.
Tying in with Billy's powers to me.
No,
like,
it's not.
That's
It's something
very
odd.
odd. I don't think we're.
Do we know what?
How
what
old is
clan
Billy?
Billy is?
Well,
for a
you've
start?
seen Billy. He's scarred up his face. He had scars, much like Jenny had scars and peeling skin and things. I believe I described them as quite ugly in comparison to standard human.
Seemed Nosferatu to me. I'm just guessing, but that doesn't fit in with.
Does Nosferatu have the ability to do that? I mean, I know they can change, like, appear invisible and change its shape somewhat, but can they make you do things you don't want to do?
Well, anyone can do that as long as they're old enough and have found someone that can teach them something.
I feel like we're looking at a patsy.
I still think he's the soldier. I still think someone brings. Still need to find him. So he's Nosferatu. That's going to make it that much harder.
If he was Nosferatu, he wouldn't have been on camera. He would have been smart enough to stealth and hide. I think. Don't you?
Again, maybe they want him on camera. Maybe they want this to be. Make it public.
They need it to be seen.
If the SI's involved, what better way to out us, have it on public record, on camera?
Maybe Billy's a trap.
I mean, I'm speculating, but
Those two people that said they saw wolves on the balcony, weren't they?
they said they saw two wolves. I believe them. I believe what they saw. I've got the names of two people that have protein ability that were supposedly not at the party. They were at the party. I can't remember.
They were at the party. Yeah.
They were at the party. Did they get marked off as leaving, or were they missing at the end?
So you got the information from them, and they got marked off as leaving, and you have their address details and names.
Got it here.
Are we driving and talking?
Yes, we
I
are.
would assume so.
There were two guests that had.
We talked to those two people.
No,
didn't we?
we talked to the two that saw them. We need to possibly at some point speak to Helen French. She is Clan Samit's
That's the one.
psychologist in Kensington, and a Dwayne McCulloch, Clan Ministry. There's a shop in Jolimont. Dark arts and occults paraphernalia, apparently.
Did Mitzi change their shape?
I think so. Well, they both have the ability to. They both have the protein ability.
And Helen
That was
French
information.
is what to them?
Helen French will just kill straight out because she's a psychiatrist. Yeah, we don't need her.
You know what? I think all of us could probably use an hour with her.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I was just thinking we probably all need a little bit of a session. But yeah, so we've still got that lead to run down as well, because they have protein ability. They were the only ones that were there on the night that have that ability outside of yourself.
Wait a minute. They were there on the night, or they
were
weren't
there
on the night?
They were there. they were marked off as leaving the after the fact. Well, so whether they were seen leaving or just heading to the window, I don't know. We still need to talk to them. They are still suspects. Or at the very least, they may have some knowledge of what went down. But we need to run down this lead first. So, how long will it take us to drive to which address? We're going to the first address, the single address first.
Yeah, we're going to the business address.
Okay.
Zane, can you look up security for this building we're about to go to so we can dodge it?
Yeah, so you're going to, it's a house address, but you're assuming it's business because his is the only name on it. Yeah.
See what security this guy's got running on this place.
I've already would have taken measures to work out the security company, whether it's a remote access and all that.
The address is in North Melbourne, up towards the edge where it nearly crosses into Parkville. It doesn't take you too long because you're already in West Melbourne, so you're looking at about half an hour's driving time. You pull up about the 2 a.m. mark, maybe get closer to 2:30 at this point. It's dark as expected. The streetlights are a low glow. The rain is still just spits. There's cloud in the sky, but the moon can be seen. There's a pretty nice looking place. Not brick.
Single story or double story?
This one's the single story. It seems to have a garage off to one side, small, very small front yard, low fence. You can, all of you would notice the security camera lights. There's a red pale light, a few spots along the building. Excuse me. There doesn't seem to be any light within the building. It seems to be pitch black at the moment. The building lights are out. Street lights and the moonlight is the only light you have. Not that you guys need much more than that.
The cameras themselves, are they wired or wireless?
It's hard to tell from this point. They're up under the eaves.
Yeah, you want to do a sweep and to see if you can access those cameras and shut them down. Whether we need to get in there and hardwire them.
Is there a
shut them down?
Is there a telephone junction box nearby?
Telephone junction box. I would say, yeah, by the end of the street there's one.
Record and loop it, maybe.
Yeah. So go over there, open it up, jack in.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna throw this one. Your multi-spectrum blocker.
RF blocker.
Yeah. Turn that on and put it close to the building. So if it's got a backup, mobile signal, that's killed before we start the hardware.
I pick up the briefcase, hand it to Aaron. Here you go. Go for it.
It's already on, or do I just flick this handy little switch at the top?
See red switch, flick up, flick the switch inside.
All right. So I do that and take it over and put it as close to the building without actually going into the building.
And when he's done that, 300-meter radius, all goes dead.
Right.
Dark zone.
Duly noted.
So no RF, anything.
No RF, no radio frequency for 300 meters around. That's good to know.
Does the light go out on the camera?
Now, my understanding of radio frequency jamming is that it will jam the frequency, but it doesn't down power 24-volt device. So
No,
the camera,
just the airwaves.
correct. The camera will still function, but it will just be seeing static. So the power lights do not leave the camera, but Zane could tap into them to prove that what they are seeing.
That's why I went over to the junction box to tap in so I could access the phone line of the building and see what I can see.
So you'll have to get out of the van with a
That's what.
tools.
Tools.
Or
Hands.
whatever,
Yep.
whatever you need. Yep.
Just,
Okay.
just a little applied pressure. See, that's how it works.
You're just going to clip on the clip-on device. Not too hard to do. It's like I say, it's 2:30ish in the morning, in the AM, early hours. Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Yeah,
It's
we'd be
a
keeping
normal
an
street.
eye out, see if anybody's around.
It's not busy. You know technology, and this is simple for you. Couple of wires clipped, pinched on, done and dusted. I will say, if you're trying to be quiet and stealthy, that you will have to make a stealth and dexterity roll. If you're just being casual, then don't worry about it.
I'm gonna put up my shadow cloak. So.
Jackson
And
made
I
that
will
roll
try and
because
do
he's
stealthy.
definitely.
So
trying
a
to
few of you are
quiet.
getting out of the van then.
Yep. Well, we want to get inside the house once he's up. So.
Right, okay. So anyone leaving the van, that's everyone will have to make that dexterity stealth roll. And yeah, so if you're using cloaks or whatever, that's fine.
So Dex
Echo,
and stealth is
correct.
I need
So
one of
Echo, did
those.
you say you're shadow cloaking?
Yeah.
That's
This
true.
is +2. So I got 3 successes, but I don't know if a +2 does that make it 5? I guess.
So
I don't
and
know.
add your
Discipline?
discipline amount.
okay.
So that would be 2, I believe, because of your shadow cloak. Jackson, are you using any abilities on that?
6.
Okay, 6.
I got 1 success.
1 success. Aaron.
In dexterity and stealth as specialities.
So I've gotten 4 with the critical. So does that makes it 8?
So yeah, if
You
you've
need
got 2 dice showing the critical.
Yeah, you've got 2 dice showing
Yeah,
stars.
I got two showing stars. Well, I got 4 showing stars.
Oh right, yes, that's 8. Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 on the
So awesome stealth.
critical.
And nothing on hunger dice for anyone?
Success on that.
Beautiful.
I'd also like to do sense the unseen as well.
Cool. And Pip, are you using your
So Pip's gonna stick his head out the van. He's like, do you need me to come with?
Probably not right now. Actually, no. Yes, Pip, please.
Alright, so he goes back in the van and I'll use unseen passage and then I'll come out.
right? The unseen passage costs you a rouse check.
It does. That's a fail.
Okay. Well, how many hunger do you have currently?
3.
3. You go up to 4 hunger. That voice in the back of your head.
Oh no, I'm
it
at
puts him up to
3.
3.
I puts you 2-3.
Yeah.
Okay. That voice in the back of your mind, the one you hear just ever so frequently now, the one you heard when you dug into Billy's leg and took out the key, same one you heard when you were feeding the man who was glue sniffing in the alleyway. That voice, it's like, where's the next meal, Pip? And the voice is prominently female, almost reminds you of the woman who approached you in the library. It says, hungry, Pip, we're always hungry. We always need to learn more of this occult. Who can we eat that can give us information on the occult? The house is dark, someone may be sleeping, let's eat in there.
So he sort of grits his teeth a bit and he's aware that nobody can see him, but he's like he's really like fidgeting and yeah.
With that, you have unseen passage up. So as long as you do nothing pretty much crazy loud, you can creep along without having to make the stealth check.
Pip, are you there? Where'd you go? You're doing that thing again, aren't you?
He's right there.
Right. Follow me, Pip.
For anyone not using a special power to sense the unseen will not be able to see Pip. Otherwise, you guys will get into the
So
building.
basically waiting for assurance from Zane that we're good.
Yep.
Before approaching the building.
And as far as you're all aware, you are stealthing.
So yeah, have I checked the cameras out and all that?
Okay, the cameras are showing static, just like you
Awesome.
expected.
Yep, all good.
So I will approach a window on the rear of the house and look for any sensors on the window, like alarm sensors.
So, get you to roll the intelligence investigation, please. You guys
Yeah.
following Jackson, or are you waiting at the front?
2 successes.
Successes. Echo, are you following Jackson or waiting at the front?
I might be.
Something else.
Yeah, I might be just casing around the joint, like walking around.
Zane,
what I
following
see.
Jackson or elsewhere?
I'm double checking Jackson's work.
Sweet. Aaron, following Jackson or elsewhere?
I'd be staying around the RF jammer
Okay,
just to make sure that that doesn't fail.
excellent. And Pip.
Casing the area, looking for another way in, perhaps.
Okay. So Jackson and Zane. Jackson, you're checking the window that you've currently come up to. You know security systems well, and yes, this window does have, you can see there's like a magnetic switch on the inside. If the window was to move up, the magnet would move away from the what is known as a reed switch, triggering an alarm system. However, with the RF unit active, you would also know that the alarm system would go off but would send no signal.
Just to be doubly sure, Jackson would take out almost like a zip, almost like a small pencil case out of his jacket pocket, and would retrieve opposite pole magnet, very thin opposite pole magnet to the thing, and slide it in between and tape it in place with a bit of duct tape.
Okay.
Before jimmying the.
Duly noted. You've got a spear magnet in place on the safe side. Zane, you notice his work is well done. He knows what he's doing. He's done it before, possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
Wasn't always working in security.
Good. Echo, casing the joint around the other side. Anything you're looking for specifically?
Just like weaknesses, other doors we might not have.
So there's as you come around the right-hand opposite side of the building to Jackson and Zane, there's like a decking space and a sliding door.
Is there any kind of alarm wiring around it?
Not
Did I
obvious
have it?
to the eye, but you can have a look if you want to sort of peer through the window and that. Same thing, it'll be intelligence and investigation.
It's investigation. Oh.
Remember, if you don't like your roll, you can spend willpower to re-roll, and don't forget those hunger dice.
3.
3 successes is good. You can see the same sort of thing as what Jackson saw. Just a minor magnetic switch on the inside of the door. If you were to open the door or jimmy it open, it would set off an alarm. Once again with the RF jammer. Not so bad. It probably wouldn't let anyone know until after it's way too late.
I'm gonna go around back to Jackson and let him know about the sliding door first.
And Aaron, you were staying by the jammer. Anything else you'd be doing at that point?
Staying by the jammer and just keeping an eye out, making sure that there's no one like driving, like roaming patrol or anything like that.
So I'll get you to roll a what's awareness for me, please. Now,
Just
sorry.
For you
Zane?
to note, Baz, is I have Ghost in the Machine.
Yes,
as
you
well.
do. Yep. Are you using Ghost in the Machine?
It's active. It doesn't
Okay.
cost anything. It's just active. So any cameras that are on that I show up in, it's a blur.
Sweet. I'll double check that. I've got it right here. Ghost in the Machine. Right, yes, okay, I see.
So that's 3 successes too, Baz.
3 successes. Every now and then, the odd vehicle will go past. It's never the same one. Doesn't seem no one's taking any notice. Your vehicle's parked indiscriminately on the side of the road. No one's looking. There's no foot traffic at all at this time of the night. You're pretty happy it's clear. Zane, I've read Ghost in the Machine. That's good. I've got that under control. Just let me know if I miss something on that when I'm talking about it. You guys doing things. And with that, Pip, your lastly of the group, what?
Yeah, so Pip's looking through the windows, not necessarily on how to get in, but he's looking to see if there's anyone
Looking
inside
for someone. Aha.
or outside or anywhere.
So you're actively looking, so that will be intelligence investigation, please.
Investigation. 3 blood dice now.
Yes, 3 blood dice.
3 successes.
3 successes. Nothing on the blood dice. That's well, no bad on the blood dice.
No.
It's a success. You check quite heftily around the yard and through the windows. You're very, very apprehensive. You don't want anyone to spot you. You really don't want to get in a tussle with anyone at this point. No one seems to be there. The house seems empty. Through any windows, the curtains aren't closed, and the beds are empty. Kitchen table and chairs empty. Dining empty. No one seems to be there. You're fairly happy, Pip, that there is no one in this building. Back to Jackson and Echo. You've just come around the corner to talk to Jackson and Zane.
Jackson, there's a screen door with a kind of similar thing to what you're doing. We can easily slide into if this doesn't work.
Pretty certain we'll... I'm just going to jimmy the window open. Got the appropriate tools.
You do, and so that would be, and I'm going to say dexterity larceny. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Like it to be, well, jumping the window, dexterity or strength. I mean, either way, doesn't really make too much
Your
difference.
call, dexterity or strength. I will say your call.
Either way, I'm pretty good at that. 4 successes.
4 successes.
And a failure on a blood die.
That's okay because it's a success. So as long as you didn't fail the check, the blood die doesn't matter. You jimmy the window open, and Echo and Zane, you see it sort of just pop, and you all sort of sit there holding breath, if you had any, just to wait for that alarm, which doesn't go off. You lift the window up, and there's enough space for you guys to climb through the window now. Do you let Pip and Aaron know what you're doing?
No, I'll just climb in. I'm assuming Pip's with me because I can't see him.
Yeah, Pip would have come
that's a
back
good
round.
point.
I did say to him to come with me, so I'm assuming he's there.
It's unbeknownst to you, Pip's done a bit of a wander around, had a good look, and yeah, Pip, you caught back up with him. Aaron, you're happy to stay where you are, keeping an eye on the front, an eye on the access ways.
Yeah, I'll just be, because I'm stealth.
Look out.
Good
Yeah,
call.
I'm just being a lookout for everyone because I know that because of this little silver box, no one's phone's working.
Yeah, yep. Good call. You push in through the window, Jackson. Aaron, you
Being
sort of
very
looking around the
careful.
space, you see them climb through carefully, yep. Get inside, and it's a bedroom. Single bed, a couple of teddy bears, like a bunny rabbit and something on one bed. Kids' posters on the
Children's
wall,
bedroom.
fairies.
Do we know what sex the child is, male or female?
Looking
You
at
get
this
that in
room,
investigations.
looking at this room, you would say female. It did not say on the internet
Okay.
what Zane got. Did not, but this room looks to be a girl's room.
How neat is it?
It's
Is
pretty
it
clean and tidy.
Is it overly clean and tidy, or just tidy?
It's
Like out of the place tidy, like too tidy.
it looks like Mum cleaned it. You guys can make a wits awareness, or if you're really looking hard, I'd say intelligence investigation.
Jackson wouldn't be too concerned. It'd be just a quick gloss over, seeing that it's a kid's bedroom.
So wits awareness for Jackson. Zane.
So what were you going for?
So if you're just sort of glancing at it, sweet. If you're making a real good investigation, then it will be intelligence investigation. Otherwise, just a quick glance, or just a sort of have a quick look around as a wits awareness.
Two
Give me a sec,
successes.
I've got a lot of dice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 successes for Jackson.
1, 2, 3. So the ones with the stars classes 2.
If
The
you
ones
get 2
with
together,
stars are a
Yes.
success. If you get 2 of them, it's a crit.
Okay, so 4 successes then,
4 successes.
and I got a blood tie, but the success
That's
does.
fine. Yeah, on a success, the bad blood die doesn't matter. So, Jackson, your quick glance. Yeah, Mum cleaned this room. That ain't a kid's clean. This is a Mum Dad clean. Zane, this is too clean. Everything's in its place. It's tidy. The bed's perfectly flat, like a military person made it. Everything in the room doesn't really look lived into you.
His house is bogus.
We'll search it anyway.
It's
Never know.
bogus.
Never know what we might find.
It's a trap house.
I don't think it's a trap, but it's definitely.
Check the closet walls and stuff.
Just-
Might be a room.
Just check it over for cell phones, laptops, paperwork.
So I grab out one of my devices, like a metal detector /
Your metal detector
There you go, Grim.
will not work.
RF jammer, dude. Jams everything.
RF jammer.
trying to think.
Echo wants to go look in the medicine cabinet in the bathroom.
Jackson will
Okay.
just start searching the house for any kind of tech, paperwork.
I'll go to the office.
So just to be clear, so I'll start with Echo, Zane, Jackson, then Pip when Pip gets back. Just so we can move around. If you move together, that's fine. We'll work together. So Echo, you're saying the bathroom?
Yeah, you can tell if people live here by looking in the medicine cabinet.
Okay.
Not wrong.
You head into the bathroom, open the medicine cabinet, and there's a couple of, like a pack of Disprin, a couple of toothbrushes at the sink, woman's or what would you call it, sanitary pads at the like top shelf of the mirror. It's like an openable mirror cabinet type thing. Not much in that cabinet at all. A little like I don't know if you guys have Dettol, but like a sanitizing sort of, cuts and grazes sort of healer, about
Has
half
this-
used.
The soap in the shower been used?
The soap on the sink is a pump soap and it's about half used, and the soap in the shower is non-existent. There is no soap in the shower.
Mm. I will follow Zane to the office.
Okay, we'll break from you there as you're doing that. Zane, Jackson, sorry, where were you headed?
I was just heading in main living area. Come work on sort of search through the kitchen areas,
Okay,
master bedroom if there is one.
so you would hit the living area first. There's a round dining table, 4 seats at it. There's a vase in the middle of the table and it has a flower in it. There's a laptop sitting on the table, plugged in, and it's plugged back to the wall. The laptop's closed. Other than that, it's a fairly TV on the wall, a couple of speakers, and a sofa mid-area. It's sort of like an open space kitchen dining lounge.
Yeah, I'll grab the laptop and charger.
Okay.
Before I pick it up, though, I just want to give it a once over, knowing what I know about explosives and booby traps, just to be doubly sure.
Okay. You go over to the laptop, you're having a good look at it. Same thing, I'll say intelligence investigation for you. While you roll that, Zane, where were you headed?
To the office.
To the office. So you're looking around a couple of rooms, you see a master bedroom. As you go past that, the next room is the office. What'd you get?
It's 3 successes, but I got 2 bestial failures on my blood die.
2 bestial failures and 3 successes. Luckily, it's a success, eh?
2 skulls on the blood die. That was crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, because it's a success and not a failure, it doesn't matter. You don't get any hungrier and you don't have a compulsion. The laptop looks like a laptop. There doesn't seem to be, as you're looking around it, no explosive devices. Doesn't seem to be booby rigged. It's safe.
I'll take that
Zane.
and the charger.
Okay, I'll come back to you shortly. Zane, you reach the office after the master bedroom. It's quaint. Single desk, computer with a double screen. The screens, one in A4 sort of format. One in landscape format, one in portrait format. Simple keyboard, mouse. It's all turned off at this point. Little $100 printer, just the cheap printers. You basically throw them away when the ink runs out. A couple of photos on the wall in here. One of the man, and you've seen the pictures or in the videos of Gerald Stone, and one of a man and a wife and a kid. Gerald Stone is in the picture, and then there is a woman and a child in the picture as well. And the child is a little girl.
So yeah, I'll investigate the room, find out if there's any other things that
Okay,
I find useful.
intelligence investigation. Pip, where were you headed while he rolls that?
Would I have heard Zane say the thing about the trap house by the window?
Yes, you would have all sort of right there. So he said, I don't like it. It's a rig house. You would have heard that.
So Pip's staying outside, keeping an eye out for anything that may come towards the door.
Okay, so you're staying outside the window.
Yeah.
Duly noted. Zane, was that 5 successes?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You have a look around, and you're looking for anything in particular?
Trying to work out if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Anything out of the ordinary. Everything to you looks suspect. It doesn't look lived in. Even the photo on the wall looks photoshopped. Aaron, can you make a wits awareness roll for me, please? Pip, you too. Jackson, while they're making that roll, you pick up the laptop. You leave the power cable or just take
I
the laptop?
take power cable as well.
Echo, you've moved from the bathroom and coming into the lounge space with Jackson, are you?
No, if I was gonna go to the office, but if the master bedroom's on the way,
Yes.
I'd probably go in and check the pockets of the closet and check the bedside drawers.
Okay, you walk into the master bedroom. Aaron, 3 is it?
Correct.
Yeah, 3 for Pip as well.
3 for Pip. You guys notice at the same time, the camera has a red power light. The red power light is now flashing red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Both of you pick up on it. Inside the house, Echo, you step into the master bedroom. Right as you do that, you all hear it. This sudden noise, clicking, something happens. Zane, your office, lockdown, bars over the window. Bars over the windows in the lounge area. Bars over the windows everywhere. Shutters fall. No noise, there's no audible alarm, but all the lights in the house turn on. Everyone inside the house, these are not normal lights. This bright light hurts. It is pain and agony. You guys need to make a willpower roll with any unspent willpower you may have.
So how do I do that?
It's just a black die for each willpower, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's just a black die for each willpower. Yes, you don't make a hunger roll on willpower. So if you've got 5 dots in willpower, you roll 5 die. If you've spent willpower, you
Minus
do not roll that die. Yeah.
3 for me as well.
So 3, and Echo.
Not looking good.
1. So the 2 of you who got 3, you only take 1 superficial damage each. Echo, you take 3 superficial damage from this. There's UV radiation in this lighting, and it hurts. What are you doing, guys? You've got seconds.
The light, is it sticking out or is it in? Like
The lights are in. Looking up now as you're in pain, you can see, and it would be the same as what Pip saw in his vision. However, he can't see this. The roof is flat and it's like downlights, but they're covered by a perspex cover.
So the bars across the windows and shutters on the windows?
Yeah, so bars sort of rotated up and down across the windows, and then shutters came down over the larger windows. Like
what are they made out of?
Metal.
What about the walls?
The walls, it looks just like an ordinary house at this point. Yeah. Nothing came down over the wall space.
So with that, Zane's going to call out everybody out, and Jackson's going to run at the wall between the front door and the main window, attempting to break through it.
Okay, Jackson, roll, and so you're running at it. So I'm going to say strength, and your call, athletics or brawl, because you're charging that wall hard.
I'll go brawl, because that's a stat that is definitely me, and because of Brewhar, I get an extra die. Oh, that's a lot of successes. Holy crap. 4, 8, 9 successes.
9 successes?
Yeah, 2 crits.
Okay, you slam into that wall as hard as you can. You're going to take another superficial damage.
Fine.
Because you hit metal. 9 successes, however, you buckle that metal. So the plaster smashes, and where there would be timber struts, there is actually metal plating, but you buckle that metal plating. You're not through, but you could get through if you do this a few more times. Pip and Aaron, you're outside. This is going on. I'll jump back inside to you guys in a second.
So I would see that happen at the window.
And I'll
Yes,
probably
yep.
hear it happen.
Oh, you could definitely hear that, I think.
Absolutely. No alarms, but you hear the shutters chung 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 and the bars shuk, shuk, very, very quick. Pip, you don't have any more vision into the window. It's bars come over, then shutters folded down.
Pip would go to the van. Is the keys in the van still in the van?
Yes.
Yeah, yep, they are, yep.
So Pip's gonna reverse the van up and run into the side of the house with the van.
Oh shit, okay.
Nice.
Give me
And while he's doing that, I would actually be going looking for the AC power box.
Okay, sweet, you're running for the AC power box. Give me and you're investigating. So intelligence investigation for you, Aaron. Give me a dexterity drive, Pip.
God.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't have enough dice to roll for your blood dice? For your hunger dice?
It's just hunger dice then.
Yeah. One success.
Okay.
I
Out of two
don't
dice.
think drive means what you mean. I think it means drive is for like your drive as a person.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
I read
I
that wrong
wouldn't-
then.
Yeah, I'm not.
So
I'm not sure.
I'm
what.
pretty sure it does mean like
Really?
a car.
You sure?
Yeah,
Yeah.
drive is actually driving.
Really? I thought it
Okay.
was something else.
I
Same
quite
as
got it right.
firearms, firearm.
Wow.
So what was your dice pool, Grim? There was 2 dice,
Two dice, yeah.
and you
In
got one.
dexterity.
And you got 1 success.
Yeah.
Wow.
You drive. I get the feeling Pip doesn't drive a lot. You back as hard as you can. You take out there's like a sort of veranda step type scenario, and you smash into the garden there, and you don't really get where you want to get. It doesn't hit much structure, and it hurts a little bit. Not enough to give you any damage because you're in the vehicle on the seat. But no, Aaron.
I got out of my whole pool of 2. I got 2.
Hunger dice.
Yeah, a success on the hunger and a success on the 1 black die that I had.
Nice. So, you're looking for the electrical box. Take a couple of sort of quick run around the house, looking carefully. They've hidden it. It's hidden out away, but you can sort of see on the wall where they've sort of poked it away, and it's almost like they've built a false wall over top, and you can quick enough pull that false wall away. I'm not going to make you test for strength because being with your abilities, I'm reading them in front of me. I would say you would pull that open fairly easily. Pulling open the false wall, you can see the hidden electrical box now.
So I'd flick the power off, and if there's any fuses, yank them out as well.
Okay, I'm going to switch to inside just as you're doing this. Echo, inside, what are you doing?
I probably would have rushed to the closet and shut the doors to think. So,
Okay.
from the crack in the closet, can I see any shadows? It's all lit up, right? It's
Okay.
no.
There is shadows like under the bed and under the drawers, but in the closet it is light in here. The same lights are within the closet. You take another superficial damage.
How does that work with health? Do I take it off health?
Yeah, so basically, if you're marking, say, with slashes and X's, a slash is a superficial damage, and X would be if you were taking a aggravated damage.
So now I'm at 4 superficial altogether now. Okay.
So once you run out of superficial, once you've filled it, then you start marking it the
X.
other way to make X's as aggravated, correct? But you still get to motion out of the closet. You're in the closet. You're like, oh shit, the light is still on and it's burning. Now you're getting out of the closet. What are you doing?
All right. And the windows are barred and the doors are okay. So I'm gonna rush out and look for any tech that would have triggered this. Did I hear a sound? Do I know where it's coming from?
As far as
Like that clicking.
so it was only happening while the bars were closing over the windows.
Okay.
And that it has stopped now.
And I can't get out because everything's barred.
At this point, it looks like everything that was glass or door is barred. If not barred, it's a metal plate. The shadow you were looking for, shadows, there are anywhere like the table in the lounge has a shadow fall under it, and the bed in the room has shadows that fall from the edge of them.
I'm gonna get under the bed for now, hoping
Okay,
that
so
one of
so-
the others will figure something out. That's
So
what
you
I'm gonna
scramble under the bed. This is all happening simultaneously. Zane,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Well, realizing that the lights are covered in a perspex, and given what my strength's like, I would have gone and hid under the desk.
Okay, so you've gone straight to the under side of the desk, knowing that at least there's a bit of shade there from this artificial UV radiation. As quick as you can, so you're under the desk, waiting. At this point in time, once again, there's still no audible sound or audible alarm, but you can tell that you have been triggered. Everything that you thought from that first point you stepped in there was right. Everything you said.
And I'm going through my... Should have left. Damn it. Told him. No, should have left.
Can you give me a willpower check as well? Same thing, any unused willpower, just roll that pool again. No hunger dice. Did he mute himself?
Yes, he did.
Sorry. Okay. So got a crit success. Is that a thing?
Yep.
Get two with two stars.
2 with 2 stars. Yep.
Yes,
so you crit success. That's good. You're not going to get frightened enough to get out of there, and you believe in yourself enough that you were right. You don't suffer any willpower damage, but you feel like you're going to have words when you get out of here.
Oh hell yeah!
Jackson, you've got the laptop.
I throw a laptop against the fucking wall, knowing it's probably fake at this point.
Yep.
And frustration and anger, and I take
another dent in this wall.
I take another charge at that same spot. I'm hurt, but I don't care. I put my hood up because I'm wearing a hoodie, try and shield myself from this fucking light, and I charge at the wall again.
Okay, you'll take a superficial damage because the light is bright, hood up or not. Yep. But run at the wall, no hassle. Same pool as before. Yep. You're nearly there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
6 successes. Not quite as good as last time. You slam hard into that wall, and it pushes the metal out. You can see light now. One more ought to do it. But right at that stage, Aaron pulls the fuse box, the power, and you hear that audible whir. The lights power down. They take a while. It's like when you turn off a halogen, it sort of dies away over 3 to 5 seconds. And the shutters do not raise back up, but the power is off.
Yeah, Jackson's just going to charging that through it. Okay. No matter how damaged he just angry and going fucking right now.
Okay, Aaron, sorry, carry on, Zane.
With the lights going out, I'll go to see if I can lift whatever of the open the outside. Yeah.
I'll get back to that in a second. Hold that thought, bud. Aaron and Pip both outside. Still, Pip, you've regathered yourself with that van. You're going to carry on trying to do what you're doing, reverse back to the door.
Yeah, you probably try again.
Try again. As you look in the rearview mirror, you see part of what seems to be fake wood on the outside of the building split, and the internals look metal. When you're looking in the rearview mirror, as you're quickly reversing towards it, and you can see Jackson on the other side of this hole. If you keep reversing, you're going to run Jackson at the same time he runs out.
I'll slam the brakes on.
Good call. Aaron, you've torn the wires out. They're in your hands, and you can see sparking from the box. The power pole off the street actually gives a spark as well. It looks like the pole fuse is gone. It's actually nice being an electrician playing this part. It's like the pole fuse is gone. You've done enough power surge to take out the fuse, and the street lights go out as well. It is now pitch black in the area.
That's just helping me even more. All right, so I would have seen Pip reverse into it and go. He didn't go through the wall?
He actually hit the veranda beam and it caught him up. He didn't even get to the wall.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, no worries. Now I'll go up onto the roof. What type? Is it just tiled roof?
It is. It's not a tile. It's more of a what do they call it? Color steel, like corrugated color steel. Yep.
So tin roof. So I'd grab down near the gutter and yank it back to try to open up the roof so I can see if I can get down through the roof.
Okay. Yeah, you can tear up. I mean, once again, tearing up metal. Also, I will make you do a strength check on this one though. Say, go strength, athletics to pull up some of the roof and tear down there.
So 4 6s.
Nice. This is good for you. This is your bread and butter. This is your muscles, man. You just tear that metal up. You hear it as you rip it away, and you spot under here all the mechanical and electrical that shouldn't normally be in this sort of space. You can see where the window shutters fold from. You can see some extra wires. Had you maybe have checked up here first, you might have spotted this. Doesn't matter. You've pulled through and you're smashing through the lower case to get into the building itself.
Yeah, go through this, like make a hole through the ceiling to get everyone out that way.
Absolutely. You're sort of smashing through on that where the dining table roughly was, guys. Jax, you've backed up to take a third shot, and boof, he comes through the roof. Aaron, you're also seeing the UV specified UV lighting up there. It's got some massive battery packs in here, and it's definitely a UV radiation style light. Not made for lighting, it is made for weaponry. It is made for radiation of growing plants, things like that. And as you smash through, you can see the coffee table below you. You drop down. The rest of you, Pip, you can get out of the van if you like, or you can stay in there ready to drive off. It's up to you.
Pip's going to get out of the van and possibly never want to drive again. And he's sort of looking. He'll go and look at the hole that Jackson's making in the wall and see if he can see him.
Jackson has made a hell of a job here. He has busted this hole like it's like a fry pan sized, like a skillet size, where he's put his shoulder through. It's elliptical more than round, but it's quite a large space. One more hit, he would have been through there through his strength alone.
Basically, once I get in there, I'd be saying, "Okay, guys, I found you a new front door. Let's get the fuck out of here."
All right.
Jackson will be looking a little crispy and probably have a dislocated shoulder and several broken bones at this.
Yeah, I feel like you've definitely done some damage to yourself. It's not aggravated. It's definitely superficial, but it still hurts a little.
Follow Aaron up.
Cool. All of you leaving space.
I would wait for the rest of them to come and help them through.
I'd be lifting them up.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get out, because they're all
pretty
hurting and I'm not. So once they're up, I'm gonna look at this stuff here, and is there anything I could like link together to like make this place go up like a bomb?
That's what I was going to do, but anyway.
Okay, it looks like you could, but Zane, I guess you wouldn't really know at this point that the power's completely gone. If you could link a bunch of stuff together, yep, absolutely, to cause some sort of spark off once they turn the power on. But Zane, knowing what you know, once they turn the power on, if something goes wrong, it's just going to blow a fuse later anyway. Echo, you want to say something?
If Echo sees all the mechanicals as she's getting lifted out, she's going to yell because she's really pissed and just punch at all the mechanicals.
Okay.
I guess I won't be doing that then.
With her bare fist.
You can make a good punch at the mechanical equipment, and that would be, I'll say, strength and brawl.
Once Jackson's out through the roof, he's going to the van, going to the back of the van, grabbing a bottle.
Yep.
Some rather dubious-looking liquid in it, and a rag sticking out of the top. And we'll wait for the rest of them to come out of the house, light it, and throw it at the front of the house.
All right. So at this point, you've been pulled up first by Aaron. Aaron's dragged you up through the roof. You sort of used both your strengths up through the hole in the roof. You're going out. Zane, you're next, as Echo is punching some mechanical, electrical components. Well, what did you get, Echo, for that dice pull? Two?
Yeah.
So you punch the mechanical equipment. It hurts your hand more than it hurts the equipment, but you don't take any more damage from it. But you definitely, it's obvious to everyone else you're a little upset. Actually, I'm going to roll a dice to see if you take damage from it. You don't take damage. And you're the next one pulled out. So then Zane, then you. So all of you are out of the building now. Jackson, you can see the three of them being lifted through, and Aaron, I assume you leap out from the same space.
Yeah, once they're all out, I'll jump out after them.
They're all out and clear.
First, and just didn't even look at anyone, say anything to anyone, just lights it and fucking throws it at the front of the house.
Cool. As you're throwing it, a couple of the neighbouring properties, you hear, "Oi! Fucking hell, I got kids trying to sleep over here. What are you up to?"
I throw
and
it
you
anyway.
See a torch from another house, and the flames go up. Torchlight from another house. Yeah, for Christ's sake, it's meant to be a bloody sleep time. Get out of here before I call the cops.
Let's leave.
With that, Zane, Jax would just turn and said, "Everyone, get in and get in the driver's seat."
I would have gotten my RF blocker as well.
Okay, duly noted. I was actually making notes. Good to see you pick up your equipment.
And just for a storyteller's reference, there are no license plates on this van either.
Okay, no license plates. That's also good to know. Being aware that if police do see a vehicle with no license plates, you become a target.
Not sticking to main roads as much as we can.
So get about 500 meters away or a kilometer and turn the blocker off.
Okay, and before you do that, as you guys all jump into the van, Jackson, the back of your van is up sort of partially on the veranda steps. It's got some big dings in the back door. One of the back windows is not smash, but it's broken.
I'm not even concerned.
I'm concerned you just jump in and drive. Right.
But we're going to get out of here. So.
Yeah, and about a minute, maybe two, have passed in total since the beginning of this lockdown. You're in the van and off, and we're just about to call it a night. But as you guys get in the van, Zane, Jackson, are you driving?
Yep.
So Jax, you're pedal to the metal, you're out of there. Zane, you're getting ready to turn off that RF jammer. Pip, you get a nauseating feeling. And you definitely know what this is. You were trying to pull this forward earlier, but it didn't come. But now, just now, you guys all see his eyes roll back in his head and he just to the back of the van floor. Pip, you get a vision. And in your vision, it's probably the first time in a few weeks you've seen the sun. It seems to be sundown though, nearly evening. Early evening, maybe 5ish in the afternoon. You can see Prince Leslie Taylor. But this is weird looking to you. He looks younger. And he's standing in the last of the sunlight of the day. And he's here with another man, a taller man, both of them dressed in suits with their hats, much like you've seen them dressed, but definitely a younger prince. They seem to be arguing, but in your vision you don't hear much, but almost like the sound of, it's just like static on a radio. But you can see they're in a heated argument with another man, standing in front of an incredibly old-looking motor car. There's spokes on the wheels, that's held. And though this vision doesn't have any sound and you can only hear that audible static, you don't need to hear to see that they're not happy with whoever this man is standing in front of the car. Looking at the car, you can see the man has a nice suit, and the sign on the car reads, Globe Taxi Service. Then Leslie pulls a gun out from his trench coat pocket. He shoots the driver of the vehicle, the one they're arguing with, at point blank range in the chest. Bang! You don't hear it, you see the muzzle flash, you see the smoke, you see the blood. The two men, Leslie and his friend, load this body of perhaps a dead or not so dead, hard to tell, person into the back of this very old car. They put him in like the back footwell area, and then they hoof it. They just run on foot. Leslie pockets the gun. There's a sudden white flash, and you see static and hear static, but you get three numbers, and you know the system. 079. You know those numbers to do with newspapers of the minor countries, including Australia. And with that, we'll end our session there. You guys in the van driving away as Pip's fallen.
Driving to the new secret
Driving
because we know it's, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So
Yeah.
we'll be driving to the new address. Trying
Very
to
good.
avoid main roads.
Duly
Eyes.
noted. Keeping to the back roads. Grim, I'm just sending you something.
Well done, team. Another great show.
I knew it. I
My
fucking
God.
knew it.
Oh, you did
Trashy
know it
was
too.
Right about something.
Yeah,
for
I know.
once. What the
Trashy
hell?
found a trap for once.
That's the car you see, Pip.
Oh,
Right,
hell.
very good game. Nice work.
Well done, guys.
I like everything, and we'll do our usual round the table. I like to start and finish with someone different every time, so we'll just stick to 1 or 2 things at most, please, just to get around people. So we'll start with, who have I started with? Pip, start with you tonight.
The bit where Aaron sort of laid into Jackson was just good, and I wasn't expecting it at all. He's just like, give him a fucking break. Like, he's up to shit.
The
I was
funny
just
thing
like,
about that is
oh,
I've been
man.
waiting for someone to do it from day one, and yeah, that was my moment too. Oh, that was really cool.
No, it's
Very
really
good. Yeah, no, I agree. It was actually a nice. It sounded like a just a really good argument to get out in the open. I liked it. A bit of heated. Echo, you're next.
I like when I went Marco and then he paused, like he wasn't gonna do anything. He's like, Polo. I love that part. That was so funny.
Very good. Yes, Pip's skill to disguise himself in the invisibility mode is pretty good, even if it is at the weird times. Jackson.
Yeah, obviously the moment where Aaron found his balls and stood up to Jax, defending Zane, which I don't think anyone. It's the first time anyone has actually defended Zane fully. Everyone's sort of had a go at him at one thing or another. So that was definitely the big standout moment. But yeah, the bravo to the storyteller for the trap house. That was something I didn't expect. That kind of trap house. I expected maybe something, but not to that extent. So no, that was a highlight for me.
Cool. Cheers, Zane.
Yeah, exactly, Drax. The argument between Aaron and Echo, that was awesome. Loved it. And the other thing was the change of clothes for Echo.
Wow, in true Toreador fashion.
Outfit for every occasion.
And Aaron.
The bitch on the back, or is it just now the bitch is back?
So I had that written. I thought you guys, yeah, that was good.
And then also Pip driving the car straight into the pole.
Yeah.
He tried.
He tried. It was well done.
It was well done. So I had a few of those written down as well. Standout, if I had to just pick one, Echo, when you said, talking to Aaron, it was during your sort of argument type back and forth, and you says, "Hey, I'm a vampire now. Can you watch my dog?" I thought that was really funny, just sort of picking that one point where he'd asked you to look after the dog for a moment in time or whatever. I just thought it was really cool. And in the same breath, only a sentence thereafter, Aaron says something, "I chose to live, not die." It was just that roundabout way. So no, very good game, guys. Very good. Now, a note for
Sweet.
And obviously next week is
Yes,
the Paradigm 2.
Yes.
Paradigm Revisit.
Paradigm one shot. So
One shot,
yeah,
that's
next Sunday night, guys, we're going to have a bit of a pause on the VTM, and we will invite our original Paradigm characters back for a one shot where Het has discovered the whereabouts of a necromantic artifact and is quite keen to get his hands on it before it gets into the wrong hands, and is recruiting his former hero mates, his former pals and spouse to aid him in recovering this said artifact. So that'll be same time, about 7:30, 8 o'clock on next Sunday night instead of VTM, and then we'll back into VTM the week after.
And that week after, we would ask that Magic and Mina be available, please.
Yes, please.
If they can.
I think we're going to start the show with them.
We're going to start the show with them. You two both been sort of giving me some DMs beyond the veil, and I'd like to play a bit of that out if you guys are happy with that.
Yep. So we'll start with it'll be just Magic and Mina to start off with. So we'll have everyone else in the Skype call, have ourselves muted, and we'll swap them out. We'll do what their section's going to be. We'll probably go to a Be Right Back scene. We'll get all the other cameras set up, and we'll switch back to the hounds thereafter. And
just so you guys are aware, Magic and Mina, if you need to make phone calls, the others will be in Skype, or text. They can text from Skype too, so it makes it nice and easy.
Sorry, the person you were trying to call, there's no one available.
So again, just to reiterate that next Sunday night will be the Paradigm one shot. This coming Wednesday will be obviously
good call, Magic.
The Curse of Strahd, and obviously Friday night back on Yanti's channel for more Stormlord's Wrath. So lots of D&D happening, guys. Tomorrow night, I don't know if Roasted Chicken's around tonight, but tomorrow night, Cam and myself will be playing Man of Medan, the first anthology. We all know what Cam's like with jump scares and frights, so that should be entertaining.
He's worse than Yanti.
Yes, he is. Definitely come and hang out for that. That should be a bit of fun. Again, around the same time, 7:38ish. We'll probably start with that.
So there's a bleeding ear warning on that.
I don't think Cam's as loud as Yanti, but definitely jump scares a lot. He can get up there a little bit. I mean, you might want to turn your speakers down just a touch. But we're gonna raid Dreaded GM guys. We've raided them a few times before. Really cool bunch of players. I think tonight they're doing their homebrew, not their Curse of Strahd, it's a homebrew setting. So we're going to give them the raid tonight. Make sure if you're not following Dreaded GM, hit that follow button, show them support. These guys are awesome RPers. Again, very story focused over combat and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy watching them a lot. And Dreaded is a very good GM. Got some awesome players too. So again, tomorrow night with Cam, jump scares, come and hang out. Wednesday night, Curse of Strahd. Friday night with Yanti, Stormlord's Wrath, then back here Sunday for Paradigm one shot. Until then, take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.